It's just not working. That's reason number 10 that people want to quit. And if it's just not working, hmm, that just might be the only reason to quit. But wait, before you do, I want to recap all of the reasons to quit. But before I even do that, let's ask the question, is it not working? Is it working? How do you even know? What's the measurement? Losing? Is that what's not working? Is it your physical? What? See, we got to break all of this down. Okay, now you get what we're about to talk about today. The reason number 10 that people want to quit is because it's just not working. They have tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. And maybe they need to retire. Like I'm watching the Australian Open right now, and Djokovic loses, which he hardly ever does. And they ask him, "Does this mean it's over for you?" He's like, "Whoa, hold up." It's too early. It is January. Let's get through the rest of the season. Let's see what happens. This is just the first tournament. If this continues to happen, then I'll make that decision. But right now, let's not go there. Let's go back to training, right? And mental training, which I told you before in your earlier video, Djokovic has some of the best mental training. So maybe that's what he needs to focus on. Maybe not, but he'll find out. And if he decides that it's just not working anymore, like maybe he is outside of what it takes, because there's some new things going on. These kids today are born with an extra gene or something. And yeah, when you get older and you're in the game, you want to go out on top. But I digress. I said I was going to recap, and I want to do that. But I have my notes here. So hold on, let me pull them up because I want to make sure I say each one exactly in the order in which they go in. All right. Are you ready? So, number one reason, and these are not in the order of which they happen in your life or in a client's life. These are just important things to note. So, recognizing the first conversation we had was just recognizing that this is happening, right? You've got to recognize that your clients get on the brink of giving up. And from there, we talked about why, right? Why does this happen? Because they don't have the support they need. They don't have the accountability that they need, which are two different things, right? They don't have a strong enough why. The reason why they would quit, a reason why they wouldn't quit is just not strong enough. And they don't, getting to my notes, hold on. Oh, boredom. They're just bored. They're just like, yeah, this isn't getting me any fun in my life, because that's important. And when you're an athlete, when you're an extraordinary person, when you're an overachiever, or at least a high achiever, let's say that there are some parts of your life that are going to be bored that you just have to accept. Boring. So number 6 is opposing goals. This happens so freaking often. And if you didn't watch that video, you definitely need to go back and watch it. Now, having a strong why is one of the most important, but opposing goals is one of the most important for the trusted advisor to understand, because this is something you're going to really have to help your clients with. As a client yourself, as the person, you may not have that insight, and you may need a third party to help you get there, which is why I often recommend performance and financial therapy to my trusted advisors. Know when it's time to refer your clients to therapy, because that might be the missing piece, because therapy is not about weakness, it's about completeness. Do you want to be complete? Okay, then you need therapy. So number 7 was knowing what opportunities to embrace, right? Knowing when to say yes. Number 8 was the opposite, knowing when to say no and put some boundaries in place so people can stop taking, and wearing you out and you have nothing left. And then we talked about loving to win versus hating to lose. If you hate to lose, if you're scared of losing and that's what you're focused on, that is what's going to happen. That's what you're going to get. Maybe not all the time, but enough that you're not going to be a champion. So you have to fall in love with winning. Your clients have to fall in love with winning. Stay in a winning champion mindset, and then you will get to where we are today. And that is, you'll be able to tell if it's working or not. And when I say people want to quit because it's just not working, here's what you'll need to do. As a trusted advisor, you need to break a few things down. And there are 3 questions I like to ask when it comes to this. When a client comes to me and they're like, I just got to quit, it's just not working. Then I want to say, wait, what exactly isn't working? Just the other day, I was talking to a lady, a client. She said, my business isn't working. Okay, that's too broad of a statement. It's not your business that's not working. There are parts of your business that are working, and there are parts that aren't working. Let's differentiate what's not working and what's working so that we can use those strengths that you have to either decide to delegate or allow them to strengthen the challenges you have, or you delegate those out or delete them or delay them, work on them a later time. Just get really good at this part. So what exactly is not working? This is what you want to ask yourself or your clients. Once you get clear on exactly what's not working, oh, it's my forehand, it's my backhand, oh, it's my delivery. I'm working with a baseball player right now. And one of the things that we had to get down to is what exactly is not working. When he's watching tape, he's like, whoa, hold on. I'm doing better than I thought. But he had this big blanket statement about what was not working. It's not working. It's not working. Or I'm not good enough. You know, it's not that you're not good enough. It's one small piece that we have to tweak. A lot of times it's just that thought that I have to work on. And then once I get that thought out of your head, then I can work on the rest. All right. So what's not working? We got that. We want to know exactly what it is. But we also want to know exactly what is working, because we want to double down on that. Use it as often as we can. If you're a boxer, I've worked with boxers in the past. If you're a boxer and you know you have like a really strong right hook or whatever, then every single chance you get to go in with it, you're going to use it. And anytime they leave it open for you, use it, no matter freaking what, as long as it's safe for you. So you got to know your strengths. What is working? You got to know this for your clients as well. And then you ask, what's in the way? So if we know now what's not working, the next question is, what's in the way of that working? So it may be an injury that you need to recover from. And maybe that old injury is aggravating you. Maybe it is an old mental injury, not necessarily an old physical injury that's holding you back. Maybe it is a certain thought process that you have yourself in. And like, for example, I talked about Djokovic, but this is a similar incident with someone else where the opponent that they had, turns out that that person is really good. And so the first question they ask is, can I beat her? What kind of question is that? Of course you can. Like, why are we even asking that question? Yes, of course you can. Will you with that attitude? No. But can you? Yes. So what's not working is one thing, but what's in the way is an even more powerful question that you can ask, because once you know the answer to what's in the way, the next thing you do is remove that. Now, I do that with self-sync therapy. I can remove it, clear it with self-sync therapy, but they're going to be some time and repetition. For those who don't use self-sync therapy, you may use time and repetition to get those thoughts out, or that maybe you have a swing that's not working anymore, things like that. So you get what I'm saying? Dang, this was a really powerful conversation for such a, like, really small thought. You just think about it. Like, what are we thinking when we say things like it's not working? But if you just give it some thought, you can break it down. It is a really powerful work. It's really powerful breakdown if you do it. But what's weak is the fact that you want to give in because it's not working, because you don't even know what it is. So if you're ready to throw in the towel, if you're on the edge of giving up and you have all of these different reasons why you can, and maybe you're not feeling all 10 at the same time, because let me tell you, if you are feeling all 10 at the same time, you need a presidential pause. You need to sit your butt down because you have done too much. You are way far too gone and you have not been doing your work. You've not been doing your morning routine. You've not been doing your night routine. You are so far off that you need to sit your butt down and you need to get back on track. However, if there are one or two that are kicking in, taking you out of your mental game, then you've got to get back on track and you start with your mental game, not the physical. Now, sometimes the physical can get you out, just get you out of that state, get your body moving, and then you go into your mental game. Do not ignore your mental game. Make your mental game a huge part of your daily activity, because if you do that, then these 10 things that I named over the last 2 weeks won't happen to you as often because you will be on point. Because if you can match your mentality to your physicality, you will always be a champion. Just that simple. And that's all I have to say about that. Do you have anything more to say? Go ahead and put it in the comments, because actually I can talk about this all day. I mean, I can talk about this all day and night. So if there's more you want to talk about, then just put it in the comments and we can keep this discussion going. Or you can private message me, or you can jump into my free community. But if you really are looking for a place, if you're a health and wellness or fitness professional and you're looking for a place to send your clients, send them to my free community. I do free therapy in there every Thursday, so they can start there. And then we can see where they go from there. All right. It's been real. See you sooner.